What's up, BandLab? Today's video is going to be all about samples and how you can use them in your music. And if you don't know what a sample is, no worries. A sample is simply a short piece of a recorded sound, like a drum hit, guitar riff, vocal, or loop used in music production to create or enhance a song. And then when people talk about loops, all a loop is a piece of sound like a rhythm, beat, or melody that's designed to play over and over. Imagine a short section of music that repeats itself perfectly. So now that we're clear on what samples and loops are, let's jump into BandLab. So when you open up Studio, you'll see down here you have BandLab Sounds. And if we click on this, we now have access to over 100,000 free high-quality samples to use in our music. And now there's literally thousands of sample packs that we can look through to find sounds that we want, or we can go ahead and search our sounds. And so now I'm going to show you how simple it is to build a beat using samples and loops within BandLab. So to do that, we need to pick our first sample, and I'm going to try and look for some sort of loop that we can build our entire song around. So you'll see here, BandLab's always having new packs being dropped in their sample library, which is awesome, keeps it fresh. And as we scroll, you'll see that the sample packs just go on really forever. So if we want to get an idea of what's within one of these packs, we can click play on the pack, and it'll play a sample track created by the creator of the pack using samples within that pack. So we can quickly get an idea of what kind of style the samples are in that pack. So I think J. Escar's pack sounds really cool, so I'm going to click on it. Then I'm going to scroll and just listen to some of the sounds contained into it and see if I find one that I like to start a song with. So I think this drum loop sounds cool to start a song with, so I'll click plus to add that in. And then I'm going to check the tempo. BandLab's automatically set it to the tempo of that first sample we added in, which is 128. So now that I have the drum loop in, I'm going to search for a melodic element. So I'll click plus, go back to samples. And now I'm going to scroll through the packs again until I find something that I like to go along with those drums. So I'm going to go into my own sample pack. I'm going to add in this piano. But in this case, I want these chords to progress a little bit faster. So I'm going to chop our sample up a little bit just to make it so this chord progression happens in half the time that it is right now. So I think these two sound great on their own, but when it comes to adding samples into our music, oftentimes I like to add samples in and then further process them with effects. So I'm going to go to the effects tab, then I'm going to add a gain, then I'm going to open our automation window, and I'm going to click gain, and then gain. Then I'm going to draw in some volume automation to make this duck where I want it to duck. So now I also have this reverser set up that I'm going to automate the mix of. So I go into the automation window and I select reverser, then mix. I'm going to add in some automation. So I'm going to have it be off. And then here, I'm going to have it halfway through go to 100% like this. Done the same thing to the second bar. I'm going to leave that one up. And then for the second half of this last bar, just have it down. So we get. And next what I want to do is record in a vocal on top of this. So I'm going to go voice and audio. Then I'm going to select effects and try out some of these vocal presets. I won't let go. I won't let go. Say that you won't. I'm going to quickly use voice cleaner just to clean this vocal up. We could also try voice changer. And I actually like the way the voice changer one sounds more than mine. I think it cuts the mix and adds a cool kind of swag to it. So now we have our drums, our chords, and our vocal melody, which sound like this. The next thing I want to add in is our bass. And to do that, I'm going to go plus, then I'm going to go to virtual instrument, then I'm going to go to synth basses, then I'm going to scroll through these until I find one that I think will fit our song. I think this one will work well, so let's try it out. So now that I think I have the pattern figured out, I'm just going to record it in. Then I can go into our bass, I can hold, select all, then I can quantize this to the 16th note. So I'm going to duplicate our bass, I'm going to solo it, and now I'm going to pitch it up and swap it to a sound that's a little more gritty just to layer with our bass and give it a little more thickness. Then to add the same balance to the bass, but in an easier way than drawing in the automation, I can just use Pumper and move the amount to 100%, have it set to the quarter note, and we get this. So now we have this. Then for the last sample I want to add to this, I want some sort of UK house bass. So I'm going to search in sounds for that. UK bass. And we'll do it as bass. Let's see what we get. Cool, so that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to add that in. And I'm just going to place this where I want. So make it a little bit wider because we want it to be kind of in the upper end. Add a gain, so I can bring this up a little bit more. Then I want to add a different complementing bass to that second half. So I'm going to go back into sounds. Let's try this. So with these added bass samples, we were able to create a call and response effect like this. So you can see it's really as easy as that when it comes to using samples to create your own music within BandLab. I really hope this video was helpful and inspires you to go into BandLab and try making some music with samples today. Now all that's left is just to play back the finished track.